concepts, I'm doing original.
Yeah.
All right? It's still Jeet Kune Do. It's still Bruce Lee's teachings, right? I've trained with Daniel Santo, Richard Bustillo, Ted Lukai Lukai. Just worked out with Paul one time. And trained with Ted Lukai Lukai, Tim Tackett. These are all concepts people, originally, but then they broke away from the concepts and went back to the original and are teaching strictly what Bruce Lee taught as the original Jeet Kune Do. Okay? But the bottom line is, Jeet Kune Do is different from you than it is from me. You're way taller than me. I'm way bigger than you, and so on and so forth, right? If you are a really, really good kicker, your Jeet Kune Do should include more kicking. Right? I've had multiple knee surgeries. I'm going to keep my kicks very basic, right? Okay, but here's a really neat definition. If you want, I'll email it to you on what Bruce Lee defined Jeet Kune Do as. Really, really interesting. Because you know, we've all heard Jeet Kune Do is using no way as way. Well, that's part of Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do is a circle of no circumference, which means you just keep expanding and growing and learning, right? Jeet Kune Do is scientific street fighting. Well, these are all parts of Jeet Kune Do. They're all parts of truth, just like, you know, defining a car by, well, a car is a steering wheel. No. A steering wheel is just part of the car. So the part about using no way as way, that's a part of what Jeet Kune Do means. Using no way as way, meaning you don't have any limitations, right? A circle of no circumference, which means you embrace it all. You learn as much as you can, right? So that's the circle of no circumference. But that's like saying, well, a car is an engine. No, it's not.
I heard that there was absolutely, you can be certified to teach like Malachi right here, but he still has so much more to learn.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the true Jeet Kune Do man is constantly learning.
You're always
Jeet Kune Do is constantly changing.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeet Kune Do is not something you can capsulize and say, that's it. 5 years from now, it'll be different. Guess what? A good Jeet Kune Do man now has to know grappling. Because everybody in the world is doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And if you don't know how to beat them, then you aren't really Jeet Kune Do. 5 years from now, it might be a whole different art that they're doing, and you got to beat that art. JKD is about being like water, always changing,
let water flow through your body.
So if you're not adapting and changing, you're not doing Jeet Kune Do. You're fixed in time. So here's Bruce Lee's definition, okay? And you should remember this, and I'll email it to you so you can have it. Okay, this is what Bruce Lee said. This is when he was creating Jeet Kune Do, all right? In February of 1965, all right? Bruce Lee wrote, "My mind is made up to start a system of my own." Remember, until then, he was teaching Wing Chun and Kung Fu, not Jeet Kune Do. He was teaching Wing Chun, okay? But now he wants to create his own art, right? I mean a system of totality. What does totality mean? Being able to do anything and everything. Not being limited. Well, we don't ground fight, or we don't do this, or we no baloney. We do whatever wins. We do whatever we have to do, right? So no limitations, basically, all right? Embracing all, but guided with simplicity. Okay, so I might go and study ninjutsu, right? But I may not do everything that I learned from ninjutsu. I'll just keep what's simple and direct and effective. I won't take it all. Just like when I go study jiu-jitsu. I'm not going to use all their moves, because a lot of their moves are for sport, for competition. I'm a JK street fighter. I'm not going to do sport stuff, right? So I'm gonna embrace it, and I'm going to study it. I'm going to spit out what I don't like. I'm going to keep just the really good stuff, the simple and the effective.
What you can do.
Yep. What works for me, not what works for Mr. Hickson Gracie.
Or Mr. Daniel.
Yep.
Or Daniel Santo.
It will concentrate on the root of things. In other words, the real core, right? Rhythm, which you gotta have rhythm in JKD. Because all fighting has rhythm, has timing, right? And you gotta be able to control your rhythm and break your opponent's rhythm. Okay? You should have watched the fencing today on the Olympics. It's, you know that JKD is a big part of fencing. Right? A lot of fencing, the footwork, the broken rhythm, change of angles, right? The change of levels. That's all JKD. Okay, Bruce Lee really incorporated a lot of that. So breaking rhythm, timing, distance. The fencing today, these people would be 5, 6, 7 feet away. All of a sudden, boom, right in your face with good footwork, right? And broken rhythm, okay, and controlled distance. And embrace the 5 ways of attack. I don't know if you guys embrace the 5 ways of attack. That's a big part of what I teach. Okay, Bruce Lee really emphasized that a lot. The whole system will concentrate on irregular rhythm and how to disturb and intercept the opponent's rhythm the fastest and most efficient way. That's one of the key words, efficiency. Always seek to do it better. Always Instead of being a butcher, just hack away. No, be like a surgeon. Very, very efficient. Have no mistakes. Have no excess. All right. So that's Bruce Lee's definition of Jeet Kune Do. All right. Let's see. You guys do Bong Sao Lap Sao?
Bong Sao, no.
Okay, Bong Sao Lap Sao, if you get into the Wing Chun side of things, is a very good basic drill on how to learn what we call sensitivity or energy. Some people call it energy drills.
Yeah, we do it, but we do it, me and the instructor does it.
Okay. I'll teach you a basic one that you can start with, and then maybe sometime I'll show you, how we progress. But this is basic Wing Chun, basic JKD in terms of sensitivity, okay? A lot of people that do concepts don't do this drill. Because the concepts people are more into the Filipino arts, the Muay Thai, right, the Penjat Silat, and so forth. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which, this is Chinese. They don't do a lot of this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Bottom line is what works for you. So what I'll do is introduce a little bit of the Chinese system, the Wing Chun system. And it's basically how to dissolve energy, how to overcome a bigger, stronger opponent. Okay, that's called Bong Sao Lap Sao. Bong Sao is elbow up block.
Right.
Lap Sao is grasping it. You guys, I see you guys doing Lap Sao all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's what's called Lap Sao, which means grasping hand.
Right.
Grasping.
All right. All right.
Like sticky hand.
It's part of sticky hands.
Yeah.
Part of sticky hands. Okay. Just to give you my background, I've been doing martial arts since 1962. Okay, that's when I started when I was 5 years old. Okay. I've been doing Jeet Kune Do since 1976. I've trained with 11 of Bruce Lee's students. I grew up in a very, very violent gang-filled neighborhood. Had a lot of violence around me, and I was a private investigator for over 25 years. So I've seen a lot of violence and bloodshed and all that. My JKD has to be real.
My grandpa was in Jeet Kune Do for 42 years, and he was also a private investigator.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Who did he train with?
I have no clue. He didn't tell me that yet.
Okay. My JKD has to be street real. Not fancy, not pretty for the movies, okay, but realistic on the streets. And when I first found Jeet Kune Do, it was like, wow, this is what I've been looking for all my life. And I know you guys are passionate about Jeet Kune Do and about Bruce Lee, which is wonderful. That's why I'm here. If you didn't have the passion, I wouldn't be here wasting my time and taking my family's time to come and share with you guys what I've learned. But Jeet Kune Do has been used by me for everything I've done in life, in business, and in sports. I train a lot of professional athletes. I train a lot of professional fighters. And they all know Bruce Lee's philosophy and some of his training principles for baseball, tennis, whatever sport they play. And I use Jeet Kune Do with a lot of business people. I've trained 5 guys that have been on television in the UFC. And they all have a little bit of JKD. Okay?
There was a fighter in WEC Wreckage that lived right next to me, and he taught me a little bit of this. That's how I started getting interested into it, and I logged onto the internet, and I saw locations of this, and that's when I came here.
Good. Now, let me ask you this. In the real world of karate or martial arts, or even in street fighting, right, how do most people stand? Right side forward, like we do, or they stand left side forward? Most people they stand left side forward because they want to throw the big power hand.
Yeah.
Boxers are taught to fight this way. Everybody fights this way unless you're left-handed, then they fight this way. In JKD, what are we taught? Strong side forward, right side forward. Okay. Later on, when you get really, really good, then you'll do no strong side. I can go left, I can go right, it don't matter. My left and my right should not be that different. In the beginning, my right side will be way better than my left side because I'm not naturally left-handed. But later on, my left side is almost as good as my right side. It shouldn't be a huge difference, right? But the rest of the world fights left side forward. Okay?
And we like to finish the fight quick too.
Yeah.
Not
Put
forever.
your strong side in the front where you can use it. Okay, Zach, come forward. Okay, now you're in the JKD stance. Get in your baizhong. Okay? I'm going to be the world, as I call it. I'm going to fight like a karate guy or a western. I'm in left lead. Okay? I'm in left lead. Alright? So what you're going to do here is you're going to throw a straight blast at me. I'm going to block with my elbow. Boom! And there's a lap sao. Okay? So the Bong Sao is bringing the elbow up as opposed to parrying with the hand. You want to throw the punch? Instead of parrying here, which is fine. I can parry here, I can slip, I can do all kinds. But when I'm going to use the elbow block, the Bong Sao, boom, so I can crash the center line. Like, you can come in here. Okay? So that's what this is. Now, why would I block with my elbow instead of my hand?
Because it can hurt us.
This elbow is a lot stronger than